Hi, Kathy here from Kathy's Cute Creations. Today we're going to be making a 9 patch for our block of the month of May. Is everybody ready for May? I hope so, because it's arrived. Alright, let's get started. Well, I got all enthusiastic and I cut out my green squares and realized I didn't even show you how to cut these out. For this 9 patch that we're going to make, normally everybody's making it the easy way. But I want to show you how to make it if you were to have scraps and use it, because I'm using already considered scraps because I've used this fabric already in some of my other blocks. So I wouldn't have the strips to be doing the easy way to do the 9 block. So I'm going to show you how to just go ahead and cut out the squares for it. I went ahead and I cut 5, and then I'm going to cut 4 from this blue fabric, and then I'll show you how I do that, just so that you can get started doing it. Of course, you can tell I've used this piece in something already, so now I'm going to use it for the 9 block. You go ahead and take it. You want to cut your end off to get it even. And from here, I went ahead and aligned my fabric along the edge down here. And this, the distance between that and here is 9 1/4. And I need 4.5 inches, which is 9 inches, so I can get 2 of them. What I'm going to do is go in 4.5, and I'm going to cut it. I'm going to see if I can get 9. I'm going to put it on my line here. I'm going to put it over that because I'm not cutting on that. I'm squaring this end right here, so I want to put the least amount that I have to square it up. Then I go in 4.5 inches. Cut that off. Pull this out here, line it up against the edge, and go 4.5 and cut it. Okay. Alright, so 4.5. Make sure it's 4.5. Yes. Okay, and I don't believe this one's 4.5. I think it's, yeah, I didn't get the end off of this one. Okay. Alright, so there's 2 of my 4 blocks I need. So go over here and do 4.5 again. Turn it this way, and we're going to square it up again. I guess I want to get a big ruler. And then just do 4.5 twice. The darn thing. Four and a half. And then cut that off. And then this still becomes scraps for another day. So just keep piling up all your scraps. And I'll turn the camera and show you my scraps here. Here's all my scraps for my project. From the projects that I've been doing, these block of the month. You're sewing these 3 pieces together, top row, these 3, the middle row, and then these three together, the bottom, and then you put the top, the middle, and the bottom row together. Just wanted to add that little bit. I'm here at the sewing machine. I've done the first 2 rows, and now I'm going to do the 3rd row. And don't forget, you're doing 1/4 inch, whatever that mark is on your machine. It's right here on mine. And then this is the last one that goes on. Excuse me, I haven't enough coffee today. Every time I have to clear my throat, I haven't had enough. Here's the 3 blocks ironed. So this row here is going to the right. This row is going the opposite direction. It's going to the left. And this one's also going to the right. And that's what I was talking about when I was talking to you about having them go the opposite directions. So now we're going to sew this row to the 2nd row. I'm going to set the 3rd one aside here. This is where I pin, because this is where you nestle your seams. Easier if you pin them. Take your 2 seams together, nestle them, so when you flip it, you can see it matches up both sides. You can do that. Just hold on to it real tight with your finger, and you can see where the 2 seams go together. And that's what you're trying to accomplish. You can probably feel it too with your finger. And I normally put 2 pins. I put one on the right hand side where the seam is at, on the one that's facing you, and then one on the left hand side, and I catch the seam. See, I've caught it right here where the seam is at on that side, and then I pinned it here on this side also. See if you can see that right there. I'll go ahead and put one at the top. Well, off from the top a little bit. You don't want it right at the top. And then go ahead and do the next 2 seams. You're nesting them because you want those seams. You're practicing on your seams while you do these kind of blocks, so that when you get into an involved quilt that you want to do that has a lot of points, you want all of those things to match so they look really, really nice. Don't forget, you do not want to go over your pins if you can avoid it. That'll break your needle. Also damage these electronic machines. And I put some sizing on this fabric when I ironed it earlier. So my sides probably don't look like they match on it, but they will in the end. There we go. And then the 3rd row goes on. I'll pin it also. I guess I should see if my seam's nestled on the other strip that I just did. Because if not, let's see. Okay, they did. See how they came together right there? And right there? That's what you're trying to aim for. And you know, and if it's off a little bit, I mean, don't stress yourself about it. When you make your next quilt, blanket, whatever, you'll get a little bit better. Each time you do it, you get better. There you go. Well, I got one a little bit off. Just take it out. I noticed that when I got down here to the end, it was too far off on my fabric. So I guess you don't need to see me sit here and pick this out. I'll do that off camera and then I'll be back. I took the seam apart. Excuse me. I realized that my 1/4 inch is not a 1/4 inch. And this is why that did not line up. So I'm putting it back on the sewing machine. It doesn't need to be locked in place at the very beginning because you're going over threads. But for some reason, I'm going to need my pick here. My 4th is way over here and somehow it got off. And it was like 1/8 of an inch. And so that's why it didn't line up. It was too much fabric. Even that little bit will be too much fabric. Now when I go and I put the two together, it matches up. See? Right there. And that's when, and you won't know that until you take your fabric apart, that's happened. Because I didn't realize that until I took it apart. And then when I took it apart, that's when I realized the seam was off. So see, it might not be you not being able to get your 1/4 inch and meeting the seams, or nesting the seams. It could be that the last time when you went through there, it just wasn't enough. Okay, now I'm going to, oops, excuse me. I need to use my wheel here to make sure I got down the fabric. As I knock you guys around. Hopefully that's still lined up. There we go. Alrighty, so we're going to do this again. It's stuck there. Keep my pin here till I get to the end. There we go. When you get towards the tail end of your seams there, it kind of wants to turn. Instead of following the seam, it wants to turn inward, and that's what had happened on that corner. So now when I take it, it's good. And that's it. So I'll take it over to the ironing board and I'll iron it. Okay, there it is. The 12.5 inch block of the month, number 5 for the month of May. I hope everybody tries this block and they like it. And it's going to be going up here on the design wall right along with the last 4. One is on the left, 2, 3, 4. I put them right in a row. Now I won't be able to get number 5 on there, so I'll probably move them up and put number 5 under number 1. Back up a little bit here. This is how I determined that they are 12.5 inches. I put them on that ruler right there, which is my 12.5 inch ruler. I hope you like this tutorial. I hope you make yourself a block. This did turn out really, really pretty. So I will see you next month for block number 6. Till then, bye-bye.